Hey y'all. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Soul Food Sundays. A very special edition because it's Father's Day. So before I go any further, I want to say happy Father's Day to all of the fathers, past, present, and future. Sending a special happy Father's Day to my dad, my angel, watching over me. And just to all of the dads who are being celebrated today. Shout out to y'all for being the pillars of our communities, of our families, for being our strong towers. We thank you for your knowledge and wisdom, for your protection and direction. Real fathers know that that's what comes with being a father, and for that, we just thank you. So today we're going to come from the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle, because all of us experience the hero's journey. If you're not familiar with it, I strongly suggest that you look into Joseph Campbell's The Hero's Journey. I won't go too much into it today, but that is a concept that I think is worth looking into to help you better understand this journey we call life. But this deck gives some beautiful messages that I was drawn to in honor of the fathers today on Father's Day. And last week, honey, I apologize to anybody who was looking forward to Soul Food Sundays because I didn't show up because I was somewhere else showing out. My niece graduated from high school, so I had that going on along with a couple of other things, and Soul Food Sundays just was not the priority on last Sunday, but it is today. Eyes here, broke nail and all. We're gonna do this. So we're gonna start with prayer and get into the message. Father God, Mother Earth, ancestors and spirit guides, we thank you for this opportunity to connect with you. I ask that you bring forth the best messages for the highest good of the collective. What messages do you have for us as we go into a brand new week, as we are blessed to go into a brand new week? What messages do you have for us on this Father's Day? We thank you in advance for whatever comes forth. Amen. Let's see. I feel like the cards feel like relaying a message today because I had some things. See? Had a couple of cards to flip as I was just talking to you. So we're gonna go with these two that fell out. Just number 28, Ocean of Emotion, and number 22, For This You Were Born. That's a dope message, especially for the fathers out there, for the men, even if you don't have children. I think those of us who dominantly have masculine energy or have mastered the art of balancing your masculine and your feminine, it's important to consider your emotional health by finding a safe place to express your true feelings. That's so important for men, to find a safe space to be emotional, to let it all hang out, to embrace emotion, because we know that in our communities and society it's shunned, it's not welcomed, it's not embraced for men to show or express emotion. It's been a common theme coming up for me, and just things that I've been reading and watching, the importance of men showing emotion and having a healthy emotional state. I think a lot of times we look at people with mental, we think that they have mental instabilities, especially men, and sometimes it's just that having lived life according to societal standards, having to suppress yourself emotionally. It's not necessarily a mental thing for a lot of men. It's that emotional instability that has them acting out in ways, showing up in life that does not meet the status quo, or that looks like they're unstable in some way. A lot of times that's just an emotional instability. And then this card is For This You Were Born, forever your intention for incarnating in this foster your intention for incarnating in this dimension. This is all about living out your purpose. So as we go through the week, I pray that you guys are focused on these things. I am going to read from the book, the description for each of the cards. For this you were born, foster your intention for incarnating in this dimension. We must be willing to get rid of the life we planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us. And before I even get into all of that, that is so important. We really have to shed those thoughts of what it is that we think we came here to do, or what it is that we want to do, because on many occasions that's not what it is that God brought us here to do, or what we are meant to do. And if you really have faith, you have to shed that. You have to shed that skin and be open to what it is that God is trying to show you or bring you to. You have to accept life and all that it comes with as part of your sacred contract, and be willing to live that contract out no matter how uncomfortable it gets. Sometimes we are taught that if it's uncomfortable, it's not right, or it's not for us. Sometimes when it's uncomfortable, it's just right. So as we are moving throughout our day-to-day, it's important to keep that in mind, that you very well may come to an uncomfortable place in life where you thought what you thought was your plan, what you thought was your mission, turns out to not be. And that's okay, because when you're in that space, you're one step closer to doing what it is that you are meant to do. And that's where the real fulfillment in life is. I speak from experience on that. And I got 2 degrees that have nothing to do with what it is that I've found that God intends for me to do. It contributes a lot of the skills that I learned during my tenure as an academician, and I'm still going, will contribute to me expressing my gifts and living out my purpose. But I really could have did it without it. But I have no regrets. I mean, your journey is your journey. So it says, you are alive with infinite possibilities. Every cell of your body sings and shouts a full-throttle yes to life. Before you were born, you had a reason, a strong desire for wanting to experience the human realm. You joyously raised your hand and stood on your tippy toes to volunteer to partake. Your soul smiled wildly as you traveled from the angelic realm, where all is love, whole, and perfect, into the realm of humanity. Throughout the challenges that come your way, remember all you need to do is ask, and you will be instantly refueled by love and support from your soul family. They instantly refuel. They are always at the ready. Your job is to remember to remember. As you awaken each morning, revisit your passionate intention for this lifetime. Remind yourself, for this I was born. Gather your energy, creativity, talent, and will, so no part is left behind as you cross a new threshold of adventure. This particular deck gives you some insight into your dreams. So if you have had any dreams or interactions with a baby, dreams of a baby symbolize a new beginning. This dream may be helping you remember your true nature, innocent, authentic, and precious, and the indescribable beauty that reflects your divine origin. Perhaps you are embarking upon a new relationship or endeavor. If so, approach this situation with fresh eyes and a wide open heart. Your spiritual umbilical cord connects you with your higher self as it cradles and feeds you in the guidance you need as you take each baby step along your sacred journey. The mantra for this card is, vulnerability is one of my greatest strengths. Especially to my masculine viewers, or my viewers who struggle with the balance between masculine and feminine energy. That's so important, because we put up this wall that we have to be strong and forthright and a strong tower, and we have to allow ourselves to be vulnerable. It takes just as much strength to be vulnerable in this world, especially after you've been kicked down, had your heart broken, smacked, bullied, whatever the case, when things haven't worked out, and to still keep getting back up and allowing yourself to be vulnerable. That's work in itself, and it's important that we do so, because if not, we'll have our hand closed to what God is trying to give us. You can't receive it with a close, with a fist. You know what I'm saying? You got to open your hand and be willing to receive, and that requires vulnerability. Same thing with your heart. You can't receive love with a closed heart. It's only so much love that a person can give you to mend a broken or closed heart. There has to be some openness. There has to be a crevice to where that love can seep in and plant a seed and be watered and be cultivated. So as we approach this week, let's just be reminded that we want to get up every day focused on our purpose in life, letting that be our fuel, letting that be our motivation, letting our creativity and our talents be our motivation to keep moving forward, to show up in the world with those talents, contributing those talents, and to allow ourselves to be vulnerable. So number 28, Ocean of Emotion, encourages us to find a safe place to express our true feelings. Dreams voice the unvarnished truth of emotions and intuitions and set a standard of personal honesty for who you really are. Explore the realm of your inner mystery and synergy with the cycles of life. You are, after all, made of over 70% water, salt water, that allows you to flow, float, splash, and be buoyant in the sea of life. Allow the ocean to remind you of how vast, powerful, playful, and moody you can be. As the ocean is in constant motion and associated with the tides, it's a reminder of the ebb and flow of feminine energy. Consider your emotions to be your allies, informants, and friends. If you allow them, they will always lead to the most magnificent treasure chest at the bottom of your ocean floor. If you have dreams of the ocean, they are often a message to go with the flow. These dreams can reflect your relationship with the feminine mystery. They can also support you toward becoming masterful in the domain of emotions. This dream may be a message to more fully explore and experience your feelings. Cry, laugh, yell into a pillow, or howl at the full moon with the goal of having your feelings without them having you and sweeping you off to sea. The mantra for this card is, with each emotional wave I experience, I discover more of my inner treasure. That is so important that we pay attention to our emotional health, our level of emotional intelligence. It could save us a lot of heartache and pain, hardships, arguments, fights, if we were just more in tune with our emotions, be you male or female. It's so important to not just focus on your logical health or getting money, or your mental health, or making decisions. You want to make sure there's a balance with all of that and your emotions, and just embrace it. And we actually have a new moon, I think it's tonight. We have a new moon coming up, which is a good time for manifesting. So that's a great time to just kind of take some time out to sit and reflect and think about where you are emotionally, what may benefit you in your emotional health, be it just some time alone or some time with loved ones, or creating a safe space to express yourself emotionally, or maybe you got some things you want to get off your chest, you need to express. Maybe you need to use your creativity to do so, or maybe you just need to talk to somebody, or journal, or I mean, there's so many ways that we can express ourselves, but this card is asking us to invest in emotional expression and our emotional health. So, with that being said, I want to thank you guys for joining me for another episode of Soul Food Sunday. I pray that you have an awesome week. Peace.